The final session of
Frame
the British
9.
Open final between the two Marks, Selby and
Mark
Williams.
Selby to break.
Mark Williams made the early running, leading 5-1. A typical Selby rally late on. Breaks of 98 and 73 to end the afternoon just 5-3 down. First to 10 to win £100,000 and the Clive Everton Trophy. Packed house here at the Centaur. Perfect finish, really, isn't it, this to the week? Two great champions involved in a close final.
Yes, and that's the beautiful prize they're hoping to lift later on this evening. And it may take a little bit of time for see who eventually lifts that beautiful Clive Everton Trophy. There she is. Possible pot already from Mark Williams here. Has he got lucky? I think he has. I think that red is covered. Black has come
Touching
to his
ball.
rescue. Touching ball. The problem for Mark is that can't go back to balk, obviously. If you can leave the cue ball, yeah, somewhere there on the top cushion, just behind the red.
Both players will be satisfied enough. Obviously, Williams at 5-1 had the chance to get a bigger lead, but the fact is he's still in front, and Selby, of course, could have been much further behind.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that, isn't it? I mean, if you asked Mark Williams at the beginning of that session this afternoon, he would have been overjoyed to be 5-3, but just the way it panned out, the fact that he was 5-1, had a chance maybe have at least a 4-frame gap this evening. He might be a little bit more disappointed. Up to 2.
Thing is, though, they've played in so many finals, these two. They've seen every possible situation, scenario. It's his 40th ranking final, Mark Williams. Selby's 34th.
Quite an incredible record, isn't it, for both? Both very clever players as well. Two of the cleverest on this circuit. So there's sometimes, like when you play these type of players, like in a game of chess with them, you know, the strategy, you're trying to just eke out a half opportunity is quite difficult. The opening frame of the first session went on for almost 40 minutes. It was quite dramatic in the end. And a lot of misses, particularly on the colours. Mark Williams eventually taking it. Now that's opened things up quite considerably. Slight advantage, Mark Williams. Such an important part, that particular shot, is getting that cue ball. You see where it's so tight to the top cushion. Just makes life difficult for your opponent. Now he's got to try and judge this nicely and try and get the cue ball down the other end of the table, close to that ball cushion. Pretty good. Yeah, he's just coming down this end of the table here, just having a look to see if he rests the cue ball once again on this top cushion behind the black. Is there a possibility of a pot for Mark Williams into the left middle? Could try and get the cue ball back to bulk here, but that red on the right hand side of the table is making a bit of a target, making it a little bit more difficult this shot. Missed it on the way back. Yeah, pretty good. Very good length of cue ball. Acknowledgement by his opponent, tapping the table with the cue. A little game of cat and mouse going on here, Dave.
Yeah, it's sort of going to set the pattern maybe for the evening ahead. But of course, it's one match, but there's been, what, 2.5 hours since the last frame. So they're just sort of getting back into it again. This frame's 7 minutes, nothing down yet.
They have to be so careful because of the situation at the table. Plenty of loose reds. One mistake could cost you the frame. That's why they're putting every ounce of concentration. There's the first mistake from Mark Selby. Now, has he left anything? That red beside the green does a pot into this bottom left corner pocket. Well, there you see it does. There's a gap. That red just to the right of the green goes by this red here. He's had a look at it. He can take this on. No. Oh, has he left it? No. Green has come to his rescue. Slight little shake of the head. That's twice. The black earlier and now the green. And you can't really do much here, Mark Selby. You can only play a sort of containing safety shot. Cue ball on this top cushion, just behind the black spot, maybe. That's pretty good. The red that's over the left middle pocket, that stopping Mark Selby trying to get the cue ball back into the bulk area. So he might just play a little roll up here into that sort of bunch of 4 reds behind the pink. Has he left it? An anxious look. He might have left this red, you know. Mark Williams having a good look too. This red might be on into the right centre. And if it is, we could pot this and maybe get on the black. No, maybe not. Must have been close. They'll pot a red eventually.
Keep watching. Yeah, it's a fascinating little standoff, isn't it? 11-minute first frame. The start tonight is important, clearly. Williams hoping to get away from Selby. And clearly Mark Selby trying to peg him back going into the final mini session after the interval.
Yeah, these first 4 frames, I'm sure Mark Selby will be targeting maybe at least a 3-1 to get himself back to level pegging. Yeah, this is a little bit risky. Playing this lots of top spin, trying to get that cue ball into bulk. He's got to cover the red. It's near the green spot. He hasn't done that. He's trying to get it cover using the brown, but left possible pot here for Mark Williams. He'll take this on. It's a free shot almost, because the only ball he can leave on is the one that he's taken. So chance. It's there. Excellent shot. Right in the middle of the middle pocket.
Yeah, you have to be so precise with that, and he was. So the deadlock is broken.
Five. Six.
Oh, it's gone slightly wrong. He's trying to get on the black there. Now he's got quite an acute green into the left middle. He could play the little cannon into the red and blue. Just split those up and still be on a red into the right centre, but these have to be given every care and attention. Yeah, not easy those.
Mark Williams, 6.
Very acute angle. The mistake was not getting on the black.
Been a feature of the match that Williams is certainly taking them on, but on that occasion didn't get it. So can Mark Selby pick up where he left off at the end of the afternoon when he won those last 2 frames pretty handsomely?
1.
Everyone, of course, has their own opinions, and backstage that's no different. And this morning I didn't hear anybody thinking it'd be a runaway to either player. People had called to go for Selby or Williams. No one said it would be one-sided.
6.
Just didn't have that feel about it with these two.
Seven.
Yeah, I think we all sort of felt it was going to be a close one. Not much to separate these two. Mind you, at 5-1, things were looking a little ominous for Mark Selby, but does what he does best. He never gives up and played a couple of great frames to finish the session, only 2 behind.
10.
Yeah, but this match is all the hallmarks of going right to the wire.
$11. 18. 19.
Was due to start the defence of his English Open title tomorrow afternoon. In Brentwood, they moved the match to Tuesday. Busy period for the guys. Wuhan Open the week after in China.
Well, that could be a
26.
mistake. Unless this red is potable, he's having a good look at it. Wow, it's on. He's being fortunate. Good recovery. Yeah, a little hand up.
Yeah, the thing is, at 5-1 down, the head was never going to drop, was it? You know, he always believes. Even if it was 9-1, he would believe there was some sort of way back in. So, yeah. And that's so important, showing that attitude, that fighting spirit. He's so good when he's in trouble, Selby.
Yeah, he's got
32.
as well an abundance of talent. He's blessed with an exceptional temperament, and that's what you need to be a great champion like he has
33.
been. Mark knows that. Mark Williams, even at 5-1, he knew that. But he's a great champion himself. He's blessed with that desire and competitiveness.
$38. $39.
Just got to be careful with his cue ball. Just doesn't want to get too close to the reds where he's hampered. Just okay. Judge that nicely.
46. $47. $53.
47 the lead, so red. Colour red will be enough.
54.
He may play for one of these reds. The two reds that are close together, he may play for those into either the right centre, or may screw up for the red just below them. And he's going to play for them into the right centre. Quick glance at the score.
60. $61.
Yeah. There's the ready required. It's been a good break. Nicely crafted. But Mark Williams will be a little bit disappointed. He had first chance and he missed this green, ran out of position, trying to get on the black.
67.
It wasn't easy, but one he expected him to get, got away from. It's cost him the frame.
Well, Williams
68.
went 5-1 up with the break of 133, second century of the afternoon. But since then, he scored 12 points in 3 frames. This can happen in long matches. One player can be dominant for a spell. You have to stick in there, as Selby did earlier when he was trailing, and almost sort of wait for
74.
your turn to come. Could be that Williams starts to dominate for a few frames in due course. But
75.
there's no worse player to have coming back at you than Mark Selby, is there? When he goes behind, he seems to come alive. It's happened again.
$81. $82.
Yeah, and of course, for all his great prowess and, you know, the tactical department, sometimes we tend to forget how good of a scorer he is. And, you know, he's up there with the century makers of all time. I'm going to say another
85.
one now, you'd expect.
Yeah, he's in 5th spot on 783.
87. $90. $94.
We took a bit of time to get going this frame. 12 minutes till the first ball was potted. Williams had that chance, missed the green that we just saw again, and this has been the result. Mark Selby continuing from
99.
where he left off this afternoon when he finished with breaks at 98 and 73. It's going to be a century with this pink to launch the evening. So things have turned. He's still behind, but he's playing the sort of snooker that you need to play to win a big final like this. Magnificent clearance that of 112 from the 4 times world champion, Mark Selby. So he's now won the last 3 frames of this British Open final. Williams leads only 5-4.
Frame 10. Mark Williams to break.
So it's 5-4 now to Mark Williams. Selby's won the last 3. He's won them handsomely. That's the thing. Been winning the initial safety battles. Having said that, of course, Mark Williams did have a chance at the start of the last frame, but when he faltered, Selby took full advantage. Selby were to win, he will no longer have to ask him why he's not won a tournament on ITV. This is his first final in an individual tournament, for whatever reason. There's the match time, 3 hours, plenty more to come.
Well, no miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Well, he might not put him back here, you know. He might take this long red on. Easily get on the table, and it's one of these reds you'd expect him to get. Yeah, he's so good at that particular shot.
1.
Just cues it beautifully and nicely, finishing top side of the balk line as we see that red going right into the heart of the pocket. That's one great thing about Mark Williams as well. No matter what you throw at him, you know, he's not phased. There's no real reaction. You know, the next frame is just, it's like starting off again.
Four.
There's that mentality, that psychology that just brushes it off like it never happened. Let's just start the next frame and see what happens.
5.
Well, as we know, he doesn't give much away, Williams, in interviews, but he did sort of say that at this stage of his career to still be appearing in finals means a lot, because you don't know how long it'll continue. I suppose when he was younger, he could to an extent take it for granted more that there'd still be big occasions like this to play in. Remember, if he were to win,
12.
he'd be second oldest ever ranking event champion after Ray Reardon, who was
13.
50 when he won his last. Mark Williams, 48. Sure, as you get older, there are things that get less enjoyable about life on tour, but playing in a final is not one of them. That is the absolute pinnacle for anybody, to be competing for a trophy.
$20. 21.
Nice shot into that middle pocket. Now, decision time. Does he go into the pack? Does he play for the loose red? He's got a wonderful angle on this black. Lots of top spin. He could split a few reds into play. Oh, but he's missed the black.
Mark Williams, 21.
Didn't expect that. Luckily for Mark Williams, they didn't get a good split. Just having a look at the pack there. If he plays off the right-hand side of that bunch underneath the pink, just a little bit fearful of knocking a red towards his left corner pocket. You've got to be careful here. Red was on its way. I think he's got a cover and a good cue ball. Nice shot. Didn't want that little knuckle off the middle pocket. But as you can see, the one that's close to the corner pocket is blocked, but there is another red. It's available. That's the one he's going to take on. And if you can leave it just beside the left middle, the cue ball, it should be okay. Yeah.
One.
Beautiful. Great shot.
Just feels like Williams needs to make this count now. He's already had the chance, missed the black,
6.
of course, missed the green in frame 1.
Seven.
Got to get to 10. There's no rules about what happens before that. Okay, he's lost the last 3, but he's played well overall. As I say, 2 centuries in the afternoon's play. Actually won more matches this season than anybody because he won a lot in the Championship League. They were short, but I think they really toughened him up early
30.
season.
$14.
So just checking the scores. The loose reds in the middle of the table should be enough.
20. $21.
Yeah, important contribution this, just to stop the momentum from his opponent.
27.
And just to, keep that little gap of a couple of frames.
28.
One misplaced safety shot has only cost Mark Selby here. Pink to go 59 ahead. Still 75 left. But
34.
he's going to need 2 of these remaining reds.
$35.
Bit straight on the pink. Not much he can do. Had a quick glance at a double. Still in a very strong position. Situation of the reds and the fact that the black is not on the spot. Even if Mark Selby did get a chance, It'd be very difficult to get the amount of points required. So this double for Mark Williams seal the frame.
41. Mark Williams, 41.
Nice break to 41. In a commanding position, but not over the line just yet. Looking at dislodging these two reds that are in this virtual sort of safe position, you would say. Maybe bring them into play. Well, maybe he's changed his mind. He's going to take the other safe red off the cushion. Is there a gap? Let's have a look down the line. I think there is a gap there to try and pot this red. Actually, the brown is quite a good guide. This will go close. Ooh.
It's like a homing pigeon, isn't it, that cue ball? It keeps finding its way to the baulk cushion when Mark Selby's playing safe. It's difficult, this, because, of course, he needs blacks with the reds. For you to get a chance at the red, he needs 5 blacks to win by a point. Equally, though, if Williams doubled that red earlier, it would have been into the next frame.
quite sure whether he intended to do that, but it certainly worked in his favour getting that black. But this red is cuttable into the left centre. Ooh. He's got the cover. That red he played. Would have been a straightforward safety shot. Can't do that now. The black's in the way. He's having to swerve around the black. Could be dangerous. As David said, he doesn't want to go for this red because he can't get a black with it. He could take a pink and then 4 reds, 4 blacks after a pink would be 66 points. And sort of cuts down his options. He might be forced into taking this red on. Yeah.
1.
Difficult pink to follow. Keep his chances alive. No.
Mark Selby 1. Frame conceded.
Yeah, and he has nodded his head in concession. So Mark Williams had lost 3 on the spin, but he doesn't panic, does he? He just stuck to his task there. And he's 2 in front at 6-4.
Thank you, frame 11. Mark Selby to break.
A meeting here of 2 all-time greats. Mark Selby, 4 times a world champion. Mark Williams, 3 times, plus all the rest as well. And there's another trophy. We'll be heading home with one of these 2 tonight. Williams leads 6-4. First to 10 to be champion.
left-hand side, spin it around the blue. Tremendous. Good return. He's having a go at this, is he? Off the other edge, yeah. Ooh. Has he got the cover? Is there a gap between red and blue? There is. Let's come around to have a look at the pink. There's the pot. That may pot into the bottom right corner pocket, so you've got a choice of colours. Lots of top spin though to get it away from the cushion, back up into the middle of the table. Yeah, good shot.
One.
Perfect.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, it doesn't need, not that he has a great angle anyway, but doesn't need to go into the reds here. There's a couple of loose reds available.
Twelve. $13.
Now, the red that's just left of the pink, that's the one he's coming around. I think that pots into the left corner. So once he gets the pink out of the way, the pink may have to go. Well, the highest available spot may be the brown. I think the pink spot is covered. Don't think it'll go on the black. Tatiana Wilson just having a look to see. But I don't think there's enough room there. Maybe there is. Maybe there is.
Thank you. 19.
And that just makes things
20.
a little more awkward for Mark Selby. You can only concentrate now on blue or ball colour. The problem about that is that unless he's top side like he is now on the blue each time, it will be end of break.
25.
Well, the red he's taken on, it's not the red that he actually played for. He played for the straighter red, but the cue ball didn't travel far enough down the table. So there's no pathway back to the blue. The only way you can do that and pot this red, he's got to go into the pink and black here. Now he is blessed with a lot of cue power, but just watch the white here. He's going to need to get enough purchase on the bottom of the cue ball. Well, he's trying to
26.
knock the black into play. And is he on it? It's a clever shot. I thought he might have split both of pink and black out, but he's played a delicate little shot and he's played it well.
$33. $34. $36. $37.
Another good shot, making sure the right side of the blue. Now what's available? Does he have to play a little cannon? Is there anything available for him? Unread, as close to the top cushion is available. Yeah, that's the one he's playing for. Picking these off very nicely indeed.
42.
His cue ball is being exceptional.
$43.
This needs to travel the cue ball. Just about. Well, hold on. You might be on this red. Oh, just traveled too
48.
far. Almost on the red into the right centre.
Yeah, this is the problem when, well, the pink in this case tied up, the black's gone down to a bulk spot. So relying on the blue, relying on getting the right angle on the blue each time. So pushing a red
Mark
safe
Selby. 48.
as ever, trying to bring the shutters down. He's got a useful lead, 48.
Touching ball. Touching, yes.
Just thinking, Ken, we were here the other night when Dave Gilbert had the black to beat him. It seems a long time ago now, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, yeah. Yeah, he missed the black off the spot and then he missed the black up into the green pocket and eventually cue ball, well, went and off down to this bottom left corner pocket. Forfeited the match on that shot. One ball away he was from being knocked out, Mark Selby.
Yeah, it was similar. Last year at the English Open, Sean Murphy had a black to basically beat him in an early round and didn't pot it, and who ended up with the trophy, Mark Selby.
1.
Yeah, may have to dig down into the cue ball here. He's got to try and develop something. That's no good.
6. Mark Selby 6.
Another red sent towards a cushion. Trying to protect this 54-point lead. Make things as hard as possible for Williams to get back into the frame.
So that pocket of all pockets to pop that is incredible. We know how tight this has been all week.
Yeah,
Mark Williams,
typical
1.
Mark Williams pot that. Synonymous with shots like that throughout his whole career. Look at this. Worth another look. Brilliant. Now. 1, 2, 3, 4 cushions here. Try and nestle on that red beside the pink. There's the line. Looks pretty good. Looks very, very good. Has it got the weight?
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams 4.
Be playing the same shot again, so you wouldn't expect he's going to leave anything on, but these points are valuable. He doesn't want to give another 4 points away here. No, this is no good. Maybe the pink, is it? Yeah.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams 6. Free ball.
Well, is this red on into the left right corner pocket? Mark's coming down to have a look. Does this red pot? It's going to be pretty tight. He's having a good look at it. No.
Back. Okay.
I think this might be pink again, is it? Yeah.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams 6.
Just not getting it wide enough. Just got to get it higher up the left-hand side cushion. The first line was perfect, just a bit short of pace. This looks better. If it misses the pink on the way down, no, it doesn't. And another 6 points.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams 6.
As I said, these are valuable points here for Mark Williams.
Colin, can you bring it up, please?
Yeah. He's sort of getting himself back into the frame without having to do much. We're just going to check with the screen, the marker Colin Humphreys there, just to make sure the balls are positioned correctly.
Bit more.
It's interesting. I wonder, does he go back to the original,
This way
the
a bit.
very first attempt, or he just go back to the previous
Bit
attempt?
more.
Because
You'll have to come a bit more.
I think the ball's moved a couple of times, didn't they?
About that much this way. And then that'd be a bit more. Quarter of a ball.
Yeah, we don't have a
Slightly more.
VAR room as such. It's all fingers and thumbs, isn't it, and pointing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But they've got the job done. Can Selby this time?
Normally so good at getting out of snookers, but it's a very small window, this red to hit. It'll be so precise. No. No, good.
Foul. And a miss. Mark Williams 6.
Yeah, and it means, of course, now, you know, Selby, he's only 25 in front, so he's going to need at least one of the safe reds. They're the foul points that have been accrued during this match.
Yeah, you see where he's pointing his finger? That's exactly where he'd like the cue ball to hit on that left-hand side cushion. And this looks better. This looks a lot better. We might get a little cheer for hitting this time. An ironic cheer from the crowd. It was worth waiting for. As he knocked it on, though, it might be potable.
Put it back, please, Mark Williams says. Not allowed when you've hit it.
It is potable. Can he see enough of the red to pot it? Maybe not.
So 25 the lead, as I say. Selby's going to need at least one of the three reds near cushions. There's been very little given away cheaply in this match. Everything has had to be earned. Okay, there's been the odd miss that has helped, but by and large, it's been tough safety to try and earn a chance. That was not one of his best, though. Now, of course, there are three reds out in the open, which are the three that Selby would need.
One. Mark Williams 1.
Well, Selby initially misses the red, but then Mark Williams, having been given a reprieve, misses this one. So at least by 24, he still now need three of the four reds.
That's a clever shot. Purposely playing for the black. Get the black back on its spot. Because it's going to be easier for him to maybe dislodge one of those two reds close to this top cushion that he will need to win this frame. So pot this red, get a nice angle on the black, and then pot the black and try and dislodge one of these reds.
Nine.
That angle's pretty good. It doesn't need to play this too hard. Just a nice pace. Try and promote one of these reds towards the corner pocket. Oh, but you've got to pot the black.
Mark Selby, 9.
Wow, what's happening here? First real sort of signs of nerves and tension for both players.
Possibly not the last tonight. The one good news for Selby, he has tied up pink and black, which obviously doesn't favour Williams, 33 behind. Well, he's going to get his chance.
It's catching.
We saw this a little bit yesterday, didn't we? That frame between Williams and Hussain Fafai, where Williams admitted afterwards he was feeling really nervous, but Fafai didn't put him away.
One.
So a few mistakes have crept in, but as he just checks the scoreboard, he knows this blue will put him 39 in front with 35 on. And of course, say 35 on, the black and the pink are tied up.
Six.
Yeah, he's just contemplating what does he do. Does he try and pot the red or just roll it over the corner pocket if it goes in? If it doesn't, if it stays over it, he's forcing Mark to maybe pot the red. It looks like he's going to knock it back up into the bulk area.
Mark Selby, 6.
Doesn't want to take any chances.
Well, technically it's one snooker to tie, but that's of course with a black. So realistically, it's 2 snookers here required. That's 2 snookers that Selby doesn't escape from.
There's one of them. Just where that black and pink, there is room to get the cue ball. Maybe in behind the black. So he may take the opportunity here. There's the possibility if he gets into the cue ball too much, it could go in off. But if he gets it behind the black, it'll be a difficult snooker. Don't go in off, though. Don't go in off.
12.
Oh,
Mark
that
Selby,
should be
4.
end of frame now.
Yeah,
End of
and
frame.
he has conceded. So it was hard-fought stuff. Some mistakes definitely crept in, but of course Selby had the lead. He was always favourite in the frame. And once again, there's only one in it with one to come before the interval. Williams leads 6-5.
Thank you, Frank.
So
12.
we've got one more
Mark
frame
Williams
to come
took-
before the last interval, and it is on the knife edge, this final. Mark Williams 6, Mark Selby 5. Selby's won 2 of the first 3 this evening. Of course, he was 5-1 down in the match this afternoon. I think if Tatiana Wollaston is racking them up at 9 each for one last frame, no one will be surprised right now. Got that sort of feel to it. What I would say, though, is tonight Mark Williams has not really been scoring just that 41 break. It did effectively win him pretty much frame 10, but otherwise it's been Selby making the breaks in the more recent frames. Of course, Williams did have 2 centuries this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a hard-fought battle so far. Not much you can do here, just slide into the pack off this side cushion. Hopefully it will leave a touching ball. No. Say hopefully he'll just Mark could have got the cue ball back to the bulk area and be a more traditional type of frame, but because of that red that's on the left hand side of the table, I'm just a little bit scared of leaving the cue ball in the bulk area. This may be touching ball. No. Now a chance. And the red I was talking about, this red on the left hand side, is close to the left corner pocket. You can maybe slide off that, leave the cue ball somewhere near the yellow pocket and try and block that red that's down there, that bulk line, using the yellow ball. He's got to be precise with the cue ball here. Doesn't want to bounce off this ball cushion too much and leave that red. It's a bit heavy-handed. Is he on the red? It's close. Very close. Can he swerve it slightly? Doesn't like it. He likes that one though. He likes that one a lot better. What a pot. And perfect position on the black. Have a look at this. Great shot. Ah, lovely. Lovely shot.
8.
Nice cannon on the bottom of that pack, just a hole for the red into the opposite corner.
9.
Well, I think Selby thought he got away with the shot he played. He hadn't left the red to middle, but Williams had other ideas. Brilliant. Red to get in. Really going on the attack now. Trying to get into them.
Yeah, played it
16.
well. A lot of pace. Could have been a little bit nicer, this. Bridging over reds. Yeah, pretty good.
17.
Well, what a chance. As I was saying, he hasn't really scored yet this evening, but this is a wonderful opportunity to just keep that 2-frame lead that he had when they restarted tonight. Still a great shot maker, Mark Williams. It's been a trademark of his whole career. And again here, he's just found a way in, almost out of nowhere.
22.
Within a couple of shots, the frame feels like it's at his mercy.
$23.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about shot makers. Pull out a shot and you think you have it safe. Like Mark Selby, when he went back to his chair, he thought it was safe when he wasn't on that red into the right centre. A couple of shots later, the balls are open or at his opponent's mercy.
29. $36. $37.
Ooh,
44.
Grimace just slowed up that cue ball. Look at that, another inch to the left. And he was perfect. This is missable. Very missable. Logo slightly in his way. He's just taking it off. Just big shot. This goes in. He gets on the blue. Could be a frame winner, but it could be a frame loser if he misses it. He knows it. That's why he's putting every ounce of concentration into this. Digging down on the cue ball. Good pot. Needed to just avoid those reds. Could play the yellow here. Yeah, good pot. He avoided the reds. He would have been nicely on the blue. Wonder, can he play the yellow here? Off the ball cushion, just try and nestle on the yellow. Be a brave shot. Maybe might be more prudent getting the colour safe. 45-point lead. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. If he plays it dead weight off the ball cushion, nestles into the yellow, he could get a full ball snooker on all reds. Could put the blue safe, could put the brown safe. Playing the brown, didn't get it safe.
Mark Williams, 45.
But still, nice healthy lead.
Well, it's a very interesting frame now because it looked at one moment like Williams would win it in one visit. He's not won it yet. And of course, this is the pre-interval frame. It's going to set the tone. Players leave the arena for 15 minutes. Can Williams restore that 2-frame lead? As ever, that cue ball heading to that baulk cushion. It's been well supported, this event. Obviously, the FA Cup style draw means you're never quite sure who you're going to be seeing, but they've been rewarded, Ken, with a great final here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the crowds have been great all week. It's a wonderful venue, great atmosphere. They've been treated to some great matches even up to the final. That previous shot of Mark Williams, he played the brown. He was hoping to push the brown onto that right-hand side cushion. Very short with it. He doesn't have any insurance now, even though he's got that lead. May rue that mistake if Mark Selby does get a chance. Very good. Awkward position this for Mark Williams. Must avoid the red on the way back up. Must avoid the red on the way back up, and he hasn't. Is it going to be a chance? It is for Mark Selby.
One.
The red's gone in, but you could see his disappointment with the cue ball. Needed that away from the cushion. May even refused. Is he refusing the pot, playing the snooker? He is.
Mark Selby, one.
The idea, red, to try and nestle on would be the one behind the black on the top cushion. How does he get there? Through the gap. It's a good line, but it doesn't have the right length. It's short, but
Well, the miss. Mark
it will
Selby,
go
four.
back unless there's a pot available into the right centre, which there isn't. So But he had the right line now. It's just the pace. This is short as well.
Fall in the miss. Mark Selby 4.
And the last thing Mark Williams wants to do is go by the red. He wants to hit the red on the left-hand side. This looks a bit better. Oh, he doesn't want to go by it. Doesn't want to go by it.
Fall in the miss. Mark Selby 4.
That's what he's afraid of. If he goes by it, he'll leave the red.
Yeah, and the lead doesn't mean that much, actually, 32 points, because everything's on. So, as you say, can't afford to leave a red on here.
No, it's not going to reach either.
Fall in the miss. Mark Selby 4.
Go back to that brown, Dave, and if he had got that brown safe, it was just that little bit of insurance for him. Now, there's no insurance, so that's why it's making this shot a little bit more nervy. This looks good. Yeah, this looks better. Well, he's contemplating taking this red on. He feels maybe if he misses it, he might get a bit of cover. Now he's changed his mind. He was having a look at the potting angle, but back to balk with the cue ball instead. Down behind pink and yellow here. This looks very good. Very good. Excellent shot. Cue ball looks very good here as well. Look at this for a shot. Look at this for a shot. That's why they're two of the toughest match players in the business.
Yeah, so suddenly it's Selby who's got plenty to think about here.
Yeah, the thing about this shot is, unlike the situation there with Mark Williams, he doesn't have a red to nestle on. Those two reds are away from the cushion, these two close to the black. So very difficult to nestle on one of those for fear of leaving the other one on. So it's a much more difficult shot, this, to try and get safe. Trying to nestle on this red here. That's not bad, you know.
Well, for once, a loose one from Selby. He sits down with some disappointment. Mark Williams 28 in front with a chance again.
1.
At the moment, he's just about holding Selby off. 5-1, the lead was reduced to 5-4. Again, Selby came back from 6-4 to 6-5. Williams just wants to stay in front in this match. If he's in front at 10, he's won.
Yeah, and he's matching them
8.
in the safety department. Shot for shot.
9.
Didn't go into the pocket cleanly, and because of
16.
that, the angle is not great here for him. Gotta play through the reds to get back on the black here. No, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all.
Mark Williams, 16.
That previous black didn't go into the middle of the pocket. He lost position, and he was left with a difficult red.
One.
Yeah, the angle on the pink doesn't look great. He may have to take the yellow here. It's a more natural angle off 2 cushions back down for the reds. Well, he's taking the pink, but a bit more difficult this get position. He should have taken the yellow.
7.
Yellow was a bit more difficult, but it was a lot more straightforward to get on this red. Good recovery.
8.
He'll be taking the yellow now, you feel. Very good recovery.
When he played that loose safety earlier to set up the chance for Williams, he looked furious actually as he sat down, Selby. But a chance has come along unexpectedly. He's never been level all day, but this is the opportunity to get to 6-all. Some mistakes have crept into this evening's play. That's not unexpected. It's such a big match, this.
11. $18. $19.
great angle on this black. May not even attempt to go around the table and get on this red, so maybe just pot the black. Play a safety shot on this red, try and get a snooker. Knock the red up the table into the bulk area and try and get this snooker in behind the black, the cue ball.
26.
Looks good.
Mark Selby, 26. Foul, and a miss. Mark Selby, 4. Mark. Foul, and a miss.
Doesn't want this cue ball going in off.
Mark Selby, 4.
He's got the snooker back, has he? Looks up to the heavens. Oh, nice. A little bit of luck there. No matter how good you are in any sport, a little bit of luck certainly does help. You need it. Don't think he'll hit this hard. I think he'll just try and nestle onto the red here off 1-2 cushions maybe. Oh, it's short, is it? Is it going to reach? Is it going to reach?
Foul, and a miss. Mark Williams, 4. You want to check?
Seems a bit far.
Colin, can you bring it up, please?
Well, they're just going to make absolutely sure that the cue ball's in the right spot. Selby's not quite convinced.
Bring it down towards me, half a ball. Bit more. Little bit more. It's about right, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So, half an hour frame. Of course, the first of the day was 40 minutes, and this one, still anyone's. It's such a big one. Williams just trying to keep some sort of advantage going into the concluding mini session. Pretty much been the match we were expecting, really. It doesn't always work out that way, but there's been moments of quality. There's been some big breaks. It's been hard fought. There's been some excellent safety, and there've been some errors as well. It's all added to the mix and added to the excitement.
Needs a bit of luck here with the blue. I don't think he's got it this time. Chance for Mark Williams. Nicely on the brown. In the head, so yellow and green just required.
5.
Massive frame this before the mid-session interval.
7.
Mike Williams will just keep that gap of 2 frames. Mike Selby would be very disappointed. He had a couple of chances in this frame. Didn't take them.
10.
Yeah, he just lost his way, didn't he? He didn't end up with the right angle on the black for the last red. He laid the snooker, but ended up in trouble himself. Just can't quite get on level terms with Mark Williams.
14.
But the real fight, of course, is going to come after the interval, the conclusion of this tournament, of this final. Williams still needs 3 frames.
19. 25.
So a 33-minute frame goes to Mark Williams, and he's still in front. It's as you were when they resumed for tonight's final session of this British Open final, with Mark Williams 2 clear, 7-5 at the interval, and all the reaction is coming up next.